My name is Lysandra, and I am related to Zora Neale Hurston through marriage. Sarah Hurston married a man named John Mack. They had a daughter named Zora Mack Goins, and Zora Mack Goins was cousins with my grandmother. So that's how our story began. So I found out that I was related to Zora Neale Hurston when I was I think I was about 20 years old. I was actually at Howard University. That's where I graduated from college, and I was the editor of the yearbook at the time. So not the Hilltop, sorry, Zora. And my mother called me, and so we were in this basement office, and so we didn't get cell reception down there. But my mom called me. She said, Peach, that's what she calls me. You'll never believe it, but I just got a call from a genealogist saying that we're related to Zora Neale Hurston. And I was exhausted, and I said, I think this is a dream. I think you're I think you're talking crazy. I was on an all-night deadline before, so I said, I'm gonna hang up, I'm gonna take a nap, and then we're gonna readdress this conversation when I wake up. Lo and behold, it wasn't a dream, it wasn't fake, and that's how we found out, or I found out that I was related to Zora Neale Hurston.
Hello, I'm Karen.
And I'm Faye.
Our dad is Edgar B. Hurston Sr. His dad was Dr. Hezekiah Robert Hurston. He was the brother of Zora.
I'm happy, that the work that she didn't go in vain.
Right.
They say my father said she was a lady of her own. No, so he used to tell us he was carrying a pistol, but we don't know about pistol carrying. Right. We don't know about all that though.
I'm sure she did.
Yeah.
I'm Catherine, great niece of Zora Neale Hurston. Seems like I was always been told how I've been related to Zora Neale Hurston. Oh, it's my mom, and she would just sit down and tell us how we were related to Zora Neale Hurston, especially when she would go to the festivals and things. She would just tell us about being related to her. It feels pretty good, especially since like my grandson, he's read some of Zora Neale Hurston's book, and he lives in the Lake of the Ozarks in Camdenton, Missouri. And he did not realize till much later that he was related to her. And he was just in shock that he's read her books and didn't even know he was related to her.
So the lineage for me is as follows. I was born in 1967, Gertha Levon Hurston, daughter of Edgar Buchanan Hurston Jr., son of Edgar Buchanan Hurston Sr., whose father, Dr. Hezekiah Robert, was Zora Neale Hurston's brother. I found out that Zora Neale Hurston was my relative as a child. I don't remember what age. And I've always been a reader. I probably was born reading. So I think that if I remember correctly, I was probably excited to know that there was an author in my family. My understanding and experience with things changed as I became a young adult and actually started reading some of her books. I read Dust Tracks on the Road. That was maybe the second of her books that I had ever read. And it was very eye-opening for me. I came to see her as a bit of a trailblazer, as a matter of fact, because as I learned about, her experiences, and she went to Barnard College, and, just some of the different things that I learned about her in reading her autobiography, I thought this lady was a bit of a trailblazer for that time period to be doing as much. And honestly, she seemed kind of bold, like she was, maybe even brazen. I don't know. I remember, though, at one point in my mid-20s, thinking how cool it would have been to have known her personally.
I'm Halima, and this is Winnie. Our father is Edgar B. Hurston Jr. His father was Edgar B. Hurston Sr., and Edgar B. Hurston Sr.'s father was Hezekiah Robert Hurston, who was Zora's oldest brother.
I think I was maybe about 8 or 9 years old. And I have to say, it didn't really resonate with me until I became an adult, because we didn't learn about her in school. And, our parents talked about her, but you really don't think it's a big deal until you realize how many people worldwide are just so privileged and honored to read her writings, and they're so excited about it.
Hi there, my name is Jacob Lewis, and I am the great-great-grandnephew of Zora Neale Hurston. So I am the son of David Lewis, who is the son of Barbara Hurston Lewis, who is the daughter of Hezekiah Robert Jr., who is the eldest son of Dr. Hezekiah Robert Hurston. And Dr. Hezekiah Robert Hurston is the eldest brother of Zora Neale Hurston. So my middle name is Hezekiah, which is very cool. I have not realized how deep down in the Hurston generational list of names that middle name came from. So I feel really honored to share that middle name with such an iconic family of people. One of the coolest things I think about being related to the Hurston family is in school growing up, Their Eyes Were Watching God was a part of our high school curriculum. So to already have known the story, known about the author, about the time period that she was writing in, and to be taught in school why this was important, using her as a figurehead of that movement in English and in literature and in just preserving American history through her works, was such a cool experience to know that I am a part of something bigger that has had such a prevalent place in American history and how it is preserved and taught. My grandma was always very vocal about her relationship to Zora, and we were very blessed and lucky as a family. We got to use a lot of the royalty monies from all of the works of Zora to really help me do some amazing things as a kid. We traveled all over the world where I got to just learn about and see so many different corners of the world and different cultures and different languages and people and food. At such a young age, her resources really helped me go to college to pursue a degree in dance at Fordham University and the Alvin Ailey School. And with Alvin and Zora both being around the same time period and being influenced by other writers, historian, public figures, is such a really cool connection that I get to experience in my professional field and feel really connected to all of the history that we learn about